Hello artists, how are you today? Stephanie Aune coming to you from the banks of the Trinity River here in Six Rivers National Forest near Willow Creek, California. Welcome to the studio. Oz and I are so happy you are here with us today. So last week in creating your first altered book, we learned how to make a floating pocket page with faux leather. And guys, this does have such a beautiful, rich color and pattern and texture, all that great stuff. So basically, not finishing sentences. It has some really pretty paper on it and it looks great. Gosh. So here's our floating pocket page, which we constructed last week. So this week, we are going to go through and I'll show you how I put on all the elements. Those are all Tim Holtz elements. And how I made the little Ozman picture and put all these little pieces together. It was just really too much time to just put into the one single video. So today you get to learn how I make all this fun little stuff that I added in here. I will put a link to the first video down in your comments. And then also remember, guys, that since this is a video in July, it is part of the contest. So if you want to win one of those fabulous prizes, be sure to like, comment, and add to a playlist. And then let us know you did it. Okay, guys, have a great day. We will chat soon. Bye. Okay, so here is the dilemma. I have all of these cool pages. And now, what am I gonna make? Well, I am thinking about taking a really cool trip. And I found some fun elements. Most of these are Tim Holtz elements. Some of them might be from something else. I'm not quite sure. So I am gonna start playing with these. And these. Yes. So not sure how I'm gonna make this work. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be interesting. I'm looking at taking a big trip. So let's start out with backing this with something cool. I hope I have a big enough piece here. Hello, my amazing artists. How's it going? I just thought I would stop by and say hello while I was working on this. While I was recording, I really didn't talk much at all. That's why we were having some music there, because, I just really kind of got into the zone. What I did do, my thought process, was to find images and to find things that really spoke to me. And since I was wanting to do this trip to Alaska, I really did want to do a page about traveling because that's always been one of my favorite things to do. And so this is what this is all about. Here we're taking our Stabilo, running it along the edges, and we're taking our paintbrush and just kind of making that look the way we want it to look. There is so much more control that you have with a Stabilo when you use a paintbrush. We don't want a big smeary, yucky mess, so that's why I prefer to use a paintbrush when I'm not a big fan of using your spit on your artwork, which we've talked about in the past, so I'm not going to go into that. Here I have this beautiful swallow. However, the background on this, I just was not digging. So I think I actually end up cutting it out. I just couldn't make it look right. Now, these little pieces are on that cedar plank that you get out of cigar boxes. And the reason why the cedar is in the cigar boxes is it's to absorb humidity. Now, I go down to my cigar shop, actually, when I lived down in Walnut Creek, and I could just go in there and buy a cigar box for $3 to $5 each, and then he would give me some of those little cedar planks, and I kind of hoard them a little bit. I really love the effect that they give, but you could truly use anything. Like a piece of scrapbook paper would be just as interesting. And then here, guys, here is where we really want to personalize our artwork. There's no reason that we have to use images that are discombobulated or don't make any sense to us. Use things that you love. That's why Mr. Oz is right there. My goodness. And I love that image of him. I just got it on my computer and I printed it out in black and white. Now I have a laser jet. You could use an inkjet. I would really try to get a laser jet printer if you can. But use images that speak to you. And since this kind of had that old time feel, I definitely wanted to put it into black and white. You can take any image that you have and do that. It just makes your artwork better, in my opinion, because it's a personal piece of love. I love that little dog, and he's in my book, and that makes me happy. If I ever sell it, they can switch out that picture. Or, who wouldn't want a picture of Handsome Oz? He's too damn cute. There's no reason why anybody wouldn't want that. So here, guys, I'm using actually archival ink, and I'm also using distress ink. Archival ink is a permanent ink. It is much more intense. Distress ink is water soluble. So they each have their place in time. Archival ink you just have to be a little more careful with, because if you mess up, it's there, which you'll see me do that here with this piece. Watch this. Bloop. I mean, that is some intense magenta. But I like that magenta. And I actually did end up going through and edging a lot of my pieces with that nice, beautiful, deep red color. And the reason for that truly is because sometimes just brown is flat. And I rarely use black, you guys know that. But if you can find a nice, rich, deep burgundy like this, it's a perfect color. I do have, down in the Amazon links, a set for the archival inks. And if you can swing getting them, they are really nice to use. As far as big stamp pads, really all I have are the... all I really use are the StazOn, but you can use, whatever works for you. the bigger stamp pads, I always use a permanent ink, but it's nice to have all these little different colors to work with. So here, guys, I don't have all of the video, sadly, for this. And now watch this. Watch this. Look what Steffi's doing. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stop. Stop. I don't know what I was thinking. What I was thinking, honestly, was just to put those rings in it. And if you go in at the end, you'll see the photos of the rings. I was just thinking about the rings. But then I was thinking about those little bar thingies, and then I was like, oh, I almost made that to the right size, but I hadn't. And so then it made things difficult for me. So let that be a lesson. Take your time and think about, what you want to put there before you just start doing it. I didn't think about this at the time. And then once I saw it, I was like, oh, that would make kind of a great little title element in there. And it would be a great way to make it all work together. Sadly, I didn't measure it first. Oh, gosh. Oh, it's frustrating when that happens, but I did cover it up well. I did end up hanging something from that little extra bit that I had, and of course then I put down one and I don't like that and I got to switch it and put it in another. But take a look at the final pieces. Find stuff that talks to you. The wings and the compass and pointing north with Aussie, that was important to me. And the little sparrows, that was important to me. On the other side, the map of the U.S., the pictures of Alaska and the road trip I wanted to take, that's what was important to me on that particular day. And so we can make our art books into a bit of an art journal too. And that's just going to make it more important and more special. It truly is. So sadly, guys, I don't have a lot of the parts where I'm building this. So just take a good look at it and see what I'm making. If you have any questions, be sure to put it down in the comments and I'll be happy to give you further information if I can come up with it. So, just play with it and enjoy and have fun and make it your own. Okay, everybody, we're about to wrap up here. Remember, this is part of the contest. All the contest rules and details are down in the comments section. So be sure to go and check it out. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. I truly do appreciate it. We'll chat soon. Okay. There it is. There's my Aussie and the birdie. And then the little fun charms, the beads, things that worked for me. There's our cool map. Nice and distressed. Kind of beat up looking on the back, which was what I was going for. And all the fun pieces and parts. Have a great day. Bye-bye.